Hi class, welcome to a new week of digital learning. So today you're going to do your listening quiz for me at 1:30. You're going to get on my CBA. You go to your class like you usually do and you go to assignments, and there under quiz is listening quiz 12, and then you will take it. So under number 1 there's an audio file that has each of the 8 examples, and I say number 1 and then we play number 1, number 2, etc. And then you fill in the last name of each composer in 8 different blanks. So for number 1, you put it in the first blank. The spelling is important. The spelling counts. I don't think capitalization counts. And so then you'll turn that in. So you have 20 minutes to complete it once you start it. So just plan ahead, like have your notes out and ready. So that's the first thing first, so no listening today. Then I'm going to introduce the projects of the week, and then I will introduce your music theory for today. So if we go back to this page, look at our projects for the week. So first one is the jazz collaboration, which is a follow-up on the project you did. You're going to go to your topics page. You're going to choose 2 jazz composers done by your classmates. Cannot be the same composer that you studied. Read their PowerPoint presentations, reply to their original post, and say the following: 1 compliment on their work, and 3 things you learned about their composer. So you're going to do that process 2 times for 2 different composers. So let's just go through that real quick. So if we go to your music theory class, and then you go to topics, that's where you're going to find this. And then click on jazz composer projects. Then you're going to scroll down and you're going to look at other people's links. So you have to copy and paste these links. So if I was going to copy John's, I'm going to copy the whole thing, right? Copy, and then I put it in a new window, paste it to be able to see it. You press return, and then it should come up. Okay. All right, so then you're going to read what John wrote about Thelonious Monk. And then you are going to provide him with compliment on his work, and you are going to write 3 things you learned about Thelonious Monk on it. So where you're going to write that is where it says write a comment. You will put your comment there. Now, if you scroll down, and you're not the first one to do it, and you see like Bella has 30 people commenting on hers, and John has none, maybe pick somebody who doesn't have any comments yet, try to spread the love to your classmates. So, okay. So hopefully you understand that. Read the directions. That's kind of the rule with all your digital learning stuff. All right, so now let's go back to assignments. The other one you have for this week is called Current Events Song, and it was inspired by Neil Diamond. So you're first going to read this article from Syracuse.com about Neil Diamond, and you know Neil Diamond even if you don't think you do, because he wrote Sweet Caroline, and Sweet Caroline's all about hands, touching hands, but right now that's not a good idea, right? So he rewrote the lyrics to be about hands, washing hands, and it's pretty funny. So anyway, so you'll read this article about him and what he did, and then other artists who have done similar things. And then basically you're going to become Neil Diamond. You're going to choose any song you like. You're going to change the lyrics to be about our current situation. So hand washing, social distancing, quarantining, anything else that's relevant to our current global situation. But what you want to avoid is being judgmental or being making light or making fun of people who are suffering. So you don't want to go there. You want to go more like advice for the listener about proper practices. What should we be doing to curb the spread of this disease? Quarantining, hand washing, that sort of thing, but avoid any judgment or kind of making fun of the situation. So how you do it, you choose your song. So I chose Dust in the Wind by Kansas. I went and found the lyrics, and this is not loading, but anyway, the lyrics were on this page. There they are. I copied them, put them into my own Google Doc. I think it's here. There it is. Copied it in. And so then I would save it, and more current event song, right? And I would make sure I would put what the original song was, Dust in the Wind by Kansas. My song, I'll come up with a better title, but something like Wash Your Hands. Okay. So when you're writing a parody, you look at the lyrics that are already there. And then you keep a lot of them. You want to keep like the cadence and the basic number of syllables and that sort of thing, but you just change some things. So I close my eyes. I'm going to go, I wash my hands. I'm picturing this starts off with like a guy who just like washes his hands a little bit and thinks he's good, but he's really not. So I wash my hands only for a moment and the moment's gone. That second line, it fits, so I'm going to keep it. All my germs pass before my eyes of curiosity. Stay upon my hands, for they are not quite clean. And I'm doing this on the fly, so it's probably terrible. You will spend a little more time on yours. Washing my hands. Think I do. Don't know how to wash up my hands. This is, like I said, this is terrible because I'm not spending too much time on it, but you're getting the idea. And then like later as the song goes on, he's going to realize like you wash for 20 seconds and you use a lot of soap and you wash your wrists and the back of your hands and you use a clean towel or a paper towel and you throw it away. Like I would put all those things into the song and then it would end with him like having truly clean hands and not touching his face. So once it's all done, I'm going to copy and paste this whole thing, including the titles, and then I would bring it back to my CBA and paste it in this text box. You have all week. So I think what a good songwriter does is the first time they do it, you do just what I did and you don't care if it's terrible. You just write stuff. And then you sleep on it. You leave it alone for like a day and then you come back to it. And then you see what you like and what you don't like. Now, I'm the only one that's going to see this, so you don't have to worry too much. But yeah, don't just do what I did and make it terrible. Give it a little bit of thought. Okay, now for the music theory. So the next page in your book here, lesson 34, there's really nothing that you have to do on this page, but it has a lot of good information for you. So the circle of fifths is a useful tool in music and music theory. It's just how all of the keys relate to one another. So they go around. So C is your basic key up top because it has no sharps and flats. So if you look down at my keyboard, C, if I count 5 up from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I come to G. G has 1 sharp. Okay, so then if I count up from G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come to D. D has 2 sharps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A has 3 sharps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E has 4 sharps, and so forth. So all the keys are related to each other in that way. If you go the opposite way, C down 5, I guess I'll show you that. If you go down 5 from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get to F. It has 1 flat. Down 5 from F, 1, 2, 3. B flat has 2 flats. So it just goes around to show the order of the flats and the relationship of the keys. The ones that overlap, they're the same. So D flat and C sharp is the same key on my keyboard. Sorry if I'm making you want to barf with this movie. So C sharp and D flat is the same, right? G flat and F sharp is the same. So it's just 2 different names for the same thing. But there's nothing you actually have to do on this page. This little gray box here is helpful though, the order of the sharps, the order of the flats. So the order of the sharps is fat cats get drunk after eating breakfast, right? The order of the flats is the same thing, it's just the opposite way. So you will need this information on this page. There's just no exercises for you to do. So for your work today, we are going to go to page, I believe it's page 55, right? Yep, 55. You're going to do the first 6. So 1 through 6, if you see I drew a blue line underneath number 6. That's how much you're going to do today. We'll do the rest of it tomorrow. So what is the complete order of sharps in the key signature? They want letters, and my hint to you for that one is the cats and what they do after breakfast. Okay, Number 2, name the following major key signatures. So this one has 4 sharps. So I would look back to that page that had the circle of fifths. I'd find the key that had 4 sharps. In this case, it is the letter E. So you're going to draw your E. Okay, so looking for letters there. Write the following key signatures. For this one, you're going to write sharps or flats out. So here's A major. Make sure you look at your clef. So for A major, I know I have 3 sharps. So I have F sharp is always first. The wonky sharp. C sharp is second. Whoa, that one's even worse. Okay. Good time. And then I'm going to do a G sharp, which is going to be here. I'm kind of excited today as you're doing this work. I'm going to be doing an online class with my children, taught by the children's author, Mo Willems. He's doing a how to doodle class so we can learn how to draw the pigeon, like Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. I don't know if you guys might be a little bit too old for those books, but they are awesome. So my doodling maybe will get better. Okay, the complete order of flats in the key signature. My hint to you is it's going to be the opposite of whatever you wrote for number 1. So same letters, opposite order. 5, name the following major key signatures. So you look back, which one has 2 flats? You find that. So they're looking for letters. So 2 flats is going to be the key of B flat. And then you're going to write the following key signatures. So same thing, only with flats. So the first one's E flat major. So I would look back to that circle of fifths page and find E flat major, and then I'm going to write my flats. So this one has 3 flats, B, E, and A. And then once you have all of that done, you're going to make sure you put your name on the top so I know it was you. This is Chaz Tiddlywinks. Okay. And then you're going to take a picture of it. I would like all of your work turned in on my CBA, not emailed. So one of the keys to that, I think, is to have Google Drive installed on your phone as an app. So if you have it installed as an app, and if you don't, go to the App Store. It is free, and you install it. That way, after you take a picture, you can share with yourself and put it on your Google Drive. Then when you come up here to your Google Drive on your computer, you also need to make sure that you're logged in as your CBA account. And then you'll be able to find your picture, right? And then you can share it. But don't send me an email that you've shared it. I don't need emails about that. Instead, you will just take this link, copy it, and then go over to your text box for the assignment of the day, which I can go back to. Go back to your text box for this one, and then you can just paste that link in, or there's other options about like inserting a link or something like that. So that's what you're gonna do. All right, so that's a lot. My plan with this class is that you have your theory and listening every day, but then the projects of the week I post at the beginning of the week include the instructions, and then it's on you to do it, at any time throughout the week. So that's what you'll be doing. Okay, thanks guys. Be well. Miss you all, and I will see you tomorrow.